Hey friends, this is Roz Henderson. I'm sorry I'm a little late because I decided that I wanted to go live on Facebook. However, I haven't used Facebook for a while because I usually use another platform like Zoom, or I'll use StreamYard or something else. But I wanted to test Facebook one more time. So, hey, can I just say I'm here? And can I also say happy Wednesday, everybody? And I wanted to talk to you today about what I think is going to be a very, very, very powerful topic, and learning how to monetize by using Facebook better. Learning how to monetize by using Facebook better. And it all starts with lead generation. I want to talk about where we are in the economy today because we see, at the very least, inflation. Have you gone to the gas pump? Oh, those prices are unbelievable. Have you gone to the grocery store? Because there is a chain supply issue, things have gone up. Wow. And I even read that interest rates have gone up. So you have some economists who are saying, yes, we're heading towards a recession. Others have a different opinion, but we know for sure that inflation is here. And so I polled my group and learned that 66% of you want to learn about strategies that are going to help you attract your ideal prospects. And I get it. This is a time, frankly, everyone, where we need to tighten our belts, right? Ease on the spending, but it's probably going to be nice also to be able to generate more ideal leads so that we can keep our business thriving during this time. Every entrepreneur gets that. So I want to delve into that a little bit more. All of this month, it's going to be about how can you generate more ideal quality prospects. It's going to be about that. Now, before I delve and get into this a little bit more deeper, I want to invite you to a free networking event that I'm going to be hosting for July 1st. July 1st, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is an opportunity to do what? Generate leads. It's an opportunity to do what? Say it again. Generate leads, everybody. That's what it's all about. So we're going to have fun doing that. I want you to bring your favorite beverage and get ready to meet some other entrepreneurs. Get ready to promote. And we're going to have a keynote speaker, Andrew Manns, who's going to talk about sales and the importance of networking. And what's unusual about this event is that the entrepreneurs are going to share their best sales tip that closed business for them with you. So you get to walk away with a usable tidbit that can move you into more closed sales, which means more money in your bank account. So I want you to sign up now. This is a free event. It's a no-brainer. It's going to be a bunch of fun. We're going to meet new people. You're going to promote. You guys are going to exchange your information so that you're building relationships. That's a key way to generate leads. We'll talk about that another time. You get to hear this wonderful talk by Andrew Manns, and then again, you're going to walk away with some usable tips on how to sell and close business. You got to sign up. So that will be underneath this video, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you July 1st, right? 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now let's move on with our conversation. So we're going to talk about how do you get quality leads fast. There's a lot of different ways in which you can do that. So this month we're going to be talking about referral partnerships, one of my favorite topics, and also about how to build your email list. So many entrepreneurs overlook building your email list, and I'll be telling you why that's important. But today we're going to talk somewhat about Facebook, how to monetize it, how to bring in your ideal prospect through Facebook. So there needs to be a mindset shift about Facebook. When we're using it in this way, it becomes a business tool. Think of it as networking in a virtual way. That's how we have to think about Facebook if we're going to use it effectively to monetize. All right. Look, 2.80 billion people are on Facebook. Stroke your chin on that one. I mean, that alone should have you doing a happy dance, because that means that your prospect surely is on here. You have just got to order your steps to get them in your fold, to get them into your tribe. And when you use Facebook intentionally and effectively, then you're talking about getting steady leads. And who doesn't want steady leads? One thing that I despise, and I know you do too, and that is scrounging around week to week trying to find leads. And then when you find leads, oftentimes they lack the quality that you want to have. And who wants to do other things like cold calling? A lot of people find that very distasteful, right? So we want you to really have a pathway, first of all through Facebook, so that you can begin to really alleviate this pain in your business. So I'm going to share three different tips on how you can use Facebook to monetize. Okay, so I want you to hang with us the whole time, because tip number 3 is particularly juicy, and you're going to want to be here for that one. All right, so I am going to suggest that you might think about, if you don't have this yet, a Facebook group, setting up a Facebook group. Why? Because you can separate your platform from your social platform that way, and it's a special place for your folks to gather so that you can nurture them, you can teach them, you can add value, and eventually monetize within the group. However, if you want to stay with a profile page, okay, that works too. So here's step 1. And before I tell you step 1, I want you to drop me a bacon emoji. A bacon emoji is a symbol for me that we're going to make some revenue. So drop your bacon emoji, please. And that gets me all fired up. All right. So let me share this with you, step number 1. And let me also say that I'm sharing you some great tips, but of course, there's much more to this. There's much more to this that I teach in my mega sales system about making Facebook profitable, but this will help you along. Step 1. All right. You're looking for your ideal prospects. You're looking for your ideal prospects. So are we asking Uncle Ned and Aunt Sue Bob to join our Facebook group? Probably not, unless they're entrepreneurs. Okay, we're looking for the people that we can service. How do you find them? Well, I always suggest to my clients that they commit to 3 or 4 Facebook groups that they show up in each and every day, Monday through Friday, or however you run your business schedule. And for an hour and a half, you're going to spread your time between those 3 or 4 groups. You're going to be showing up, and you're going to be adding value to the members in that group. So let's say that you're a weight loss coach, okay? You're going to find parallel groups. You know, where are you going to find your ideal prospects? Maybe you're going to find them in a nutrition group or a wellness group. You're going to join those groups, remember, 3 to 4. and you're going to look at the most recent communications. And your job is to see who's asking questions and to provide value to the threads in the group. You want to show how helpful you are. You want to have a servant's attitude when you show up. You're adding value. And even if a question's being asked that's not exactly in your wheelhouse, you can still answer. So for instance, if a group member says, you know what, does lavender essential oil, does it calm your nervous system? What do you know about that? Maybe you don't know a lot about lavender essential oil, but you know about other oils. For instance, you could answer, well, you know, I don't know much about lavender and what it can do, but I know that this blah, blah, blah essential oil really does center me after a hard day of work. Then, this is the critical piece right here. You want to give or ask an open-ended question. Does that help? How helpful is that? The reason why you want to do that is because it is going to stir a back and forth conversation between you and one or more people. And you want to have that conversation, always thinking about adding value. And when there's an exchange 2 or 3 times, you just might want to take that conversation now into the DMs, talk a little bit more, and friend that person. Friend that person, or maybe you'll decide, it's up to you, that you want to hop on a quick call, a coffee chat, a meet and greet with that person, and decide where do they belong, all right, as it relates to your business. But I would give a friend invite first. And as I give a friend invite, what I usually do is thank them for being my friend, and then I give them the opportunity to join my program, my Sales Resistant Facebook group. And most say yes. Let me go over this, because you're going to be doing this every day for an hour and a half. And to make this palatable and to make this easy, what I do is break this hour and a half up into 20-minute segments. Segment 1, what I'm doing is going through my Facebook groups, the 3 to 4 Facebook groups, and I am answering questions. I'm being as helpful as possible. I'm looking for the most recent posts. Okay, that's very, very important. And so that's block number 1, 20-minute block. Then maybe I will go into all of these different groups, and then I'll come back and I'll start answering questions. Okay, I posted, I've started answering questions. Now I'm going to start the dialogue. That's my second block. And then my third block is to see, who am I going to invite and become friends with? Who I'm going to continue to have conversations in the DMs with? Who am I going to do that with? And then you roll them over into a friendship and into your group. So look, there's many different ways to build your Facebook group, but that is one powerful way to do it. And in fact, you know, I easily, when I focus on it, I easily can, you know, attract probably within the week 25, 30, 40 folks doing it that way. It adds up if you're consistent with it. So that's step number 1. All right, is this good? Are you liking this? Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this, or a happy face, or some kind of emoji to let me know, hey, this is some good stuff. Moving on to step number 2 is the invitation. The invitation to join my Facebook group. This step is important because what? I'm looking to draw my ideal prospect to myself. Ideal prospect to me means somebody that, number 1, that I want to work with. Okay? certain qualities I'm looking for in ideal prospects. And number two is someone who is inclined to pay for my services and products. So this invitation starts a screening process. It starts a screening process because you want the best in your group. So you're going to design questions with that in mind. Some simple questions. I don't ask a lot of questions. I might ask, what is your most pressing issue as it relates to sales, right? I definitely am going to ask that person for their email, and what I do is I link the request for their email to a lead magnet. So I might be giving out a checklist or an ebook, something like that, in exchange for their email address. And I can't impress upon you, again, just take my word for it right now until I can do a special on this, on the importance of building your email list. This is why you request that email. Then, of course, there is the rules. You have rules. How are you going to run, right, your Facebook group? Very, very important. You know, things like we're going to be respectful. This is how we're going to do promotions. Just different things like that. And your person who is interested in joining your group is going to just check on that. Now, this is important too. If someone does and goes through the questions and answers the questions and, you know, checks and says, I agree with the rules, they're admitted. If someone just refuses to do that, I refuse to admit them into the group. Why? Because I'm looking for quality people. And I figure, gosh, this is nominal. If, you know, they have a hard time answering my questions, or if they refuse to answer my questions, then obviously they're not a candidate for the group. So keep that in mind as you're screening for the best people to enter into your group. All right, so let's go back. I want to summarize isn't this great information, by the way? Isn't this good stuff? Isn't this good stuff? All right, you have to have a system to make things pop, to make things happen. So we already know that the first step in being able to really draw quality leads to ourselves is to get into those 3 to 4 Facebook groups, finding ourselves being helpful, answering questions. Guess what? There are going to be people hopping on off and out of those groups looking at your profile page because they see you there every day, right? Monday through Friday, being helpful, having that steward's heart, and they are going to respond. So you're going to definitely be attracting high quality people that way. And as you encounter them, you're going to dialogue with them in the DMs. You're going to ask them to befriend you, and from there you're going to ask them to please join your group. Once they make that request and they answer the questions that you have for them, the screening questions. They're screening questions, right? Because again, you want the best people in your group. The screening questions, and once they check off on the rules of your group and they get a sense of how you run things, and they say yes, they enter your group now. And so what do you do with them now? I want you to have this mindset. This mindset is going to help a lot because, quite frankly, when I first started running my group or groups, because I've had maybe 3 groups in total, the first 2 groups, I didn't know to do this. I wasn't aware enough because I was a young entrepreneur to do this. But I want you to understand this off the bat. Your Facebook group is about monetizing. Okay, so that's a shift in thinking. You're going to monetize your Facebook group, and keep that in mind, because in the final analysis, you are running a business, and that needs to be communicated communicated explicitly and less explicitly to the members of your group. So you want to provide high value that they're probably not going to get anywhere else, right? Your unique spin. You're going to be sharing your secret sauce, okay, your magic. You're going to be working your magic, and it's going to be reflected first and foremost in the posts that you put up. You want to be able to post at least 3 times a day, and I want you to follow this format. So you're going to give away content first post. You're going to give away content and ask second post. Third post is that you're going to ask. You're going to straight out ask. Okay, so what am I talking about? We already know you're going to be posting 3 times a day, so maybe your first post can be based off your teaching. You have a framework, I have a framework, I have a 9-step system to help people become sales pros. Okay, so maybe I'm going to pull something that is immediate and what I feel and what I have seen my members asking for, and I am going to give them a tip. Maybe I will give them inspiration, and maybe I will share a little bit about who I am or whatever, but it's going to be something that's going to give them aha or light bulb moments. Okay, and you just give that away. You're showing your value. Now maybe your second post, same thing. I'm giving something that's going to add value to your business. In my case, that's going to help you sell better than you have been. And then I'm going to ask. And for me, usually the way I do it is that there is a monthly theme to my content. There's a monthly theme. Okay, what this theme, for instance, that we're dealing with now is qualified leads faster. Qualified leads faster. And so maybe I have attached to that a webinar that I want to just upsell. I have a webinar for $50 that I want to let my audience know about. So then I'm going to give some content in relationship to getting leads fast, and then I would let you know about the webinar, the $50 webinar. And I would pitch that. I'm only pitching one product at a time as to not confuse my audience. But the point is that I will let them know about that. Now, pitching is a subject unto itself. I'm going to have to do another video on the how to pitch. But the point is that you're letting your audience know, hey, let's go deeper into this. I'm open for business. That's what the whole point is. Now let's talk about your third type of post. Well, it can continue in the same vein of letting people know that I have that $50 product available, and I might connect it to some other pain points of my audience to get them interested in purchasing that $50 item, because it's going to help them solve the problem of not being able to get qualified leads like they want. It's been a struggle. So I'm the answer to that struggle. So it's just I'm purely asking. Now I could make that a post where I'm purely asking, or I could attach that to a live that I do for my folks once a week. It's up to you. But to be very honest with you, I would have at least 2 to 3 give ask posts a week, and I definitely would have an ask embedded in a Facebook Live that I'm doing, or in a separate post. Okay, this is a pathway to help your audience come to realize Oh boy, invaluable information. And I want more of Rosalind. I want more of Ted. I want more of James and their offering. So I am going to consider their product. That's the idea. All right. So what did we learn? Let's get to a wrap up. This was a long one today, wasn't it? Wow, I went 35 minutes or so, something like that. All right, so what have you learned? Quite a bit. So you're going to now be doing these things. This is my call to action to you. Start changing your habits. You can start with any one of these. Probably the first one makes the most sense. You're going to start interacting on purpose with the same 3 or 4 parallel groups. And you're going to be adding value to the members of the people in that group. And then you're going to move them over into friendships, and then move them over into your Facebook group if you have one. Okay? You also learned today that, wow, how to admit people into your Facebook group is really, really important. That screening process is crucial because you want ideal people to come make up your audience. So then there's questions that you're going to ask. There's rules that you want them to sign off on so that they can enter into your group, where you will nurture them. You're going to nurture them. You're going to teach them. You're going to inspire them through your posts. You're going to be posting 3 times a day, right? At least. And there are 3 different types of posts that you're going to post, right? That is the giveaway information, okay? That is to give away invaluable information and ask. And thirdly, it's just a purely asking post where you're asking for them to buy something. And that buying can be at different price points. Okay, you can offer $39 something one time, then turn around and offer something for $99, but you're always selling. You're always selling. And with that, I think that this is a great start. This is going to help you when we talk about the rising inflation that we're seeing in the economy. This is going to help you generate more leads, right? So that you can offset inflation. Hey, Ernest, good to see you. So I want to ask you, I want to remind you one more time about this special event that is coming about. I'm excited about this. We're going to be doing the different events once a month, but this is a free networking event where you're going to come and you're going to generate leads. That's why we do networking events. And I am hosting it. So you're going to bring your favorite beverage. You're going to get ready to meet some other entrepreneurs and promote your wares. You're going to be learning from this fantastic speaker, Andrew Manns, about sales and networking. And I love this part because to me, life is all about sales, right? You're going to get best tips from other entrepreneurs, a sales tip that they use to close business. And now they're going to be handing that to you, and you can use it in your business. So I want you to sign up today underneath this video. Man, I had a great time. I want to thank you for being here. And until next time, peace and blessings. Bye-bye for now.